Well, here we are, Michael, doing our segment.
In front of Bob Divins' cow with the Zia in it.
We're at the secret tasting room.
Chamber.
Thank you.
Secret tasting chamber. We've renamed it Chamber. I think it was always Chamber.
Yes. And today, what we'll be tasting are vodkas. Your basic high-end vodka, I think.
Starting with the low-end vodka, which isn't even an end. Well, actually, it's a standard. A lot of people, you know, they spend a few bucks for vodka, and it pretty much has the same alcohol content. So we're going to be tasting for why people might be crazy enough to spend more money on better vodka. That sounds like a good...
Well, let's see if there really is a difference in these expensive vodkas.
We're going into Studio 3 of the Secret Tasting Chamber.
Here we are, securely ensconced in the tasting chamber. And behind us, Michael has arrayed our 12-step vodka program.
Notice the theme, it's clear, blue, and red.
You gotta talk that way.
The standard color, it seems the cheaper vodkas are in red. Although that should not be a rule of thumb. We'll be tasting them all, not all of them, but most of them. We have some standards here, Smirnoff and Stoli, which I think most people grow up on. And Sobieski, which is a new import from Russia or Poland.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's from Poland. Poland, you know, there's an argument between who developed vodka, Poland or Russia.
Well, we don't have any potato vodka here, do we?
We don't, because potato vodka tasting is a whole nother world. One of the things that people think is that all vodka is defined by the fact that it should be distilled from potato, but it isn't. Vodka can be distilled from many things. Most of the vodkas are distilled from wheat. We have two vodkas here that are distilled from grapes. One of my favorites called Ciroc. I think P. Diddy likes Ciroc. He's in the ads with Ciroc. And a vodka made, I think this one's from Mendoza, Argentina. And it's Primo! And it's made from grapes as well. So I think the market for a grape vodka is getting up there. I saw two other vodkas in Specs, which has become the mecca of buying great vodkas. And single malt liquors and everything else. What else do we have? We have one vodka from Estonia, which, as you know, is one of the R's from USSR when that was a area. We have Kroll. This is from some weird place. Where is this from? Oh, this one's made out of rye. I think those of you who know vodka, what other one is made out of rye?
Well, it's
Belvedere.
It's still a grain alcohol.
Yes.
Simple grain alcohol.
And this one's from Holland. There's a number of...
what's it called, Stefan?
It's called, yes, Stefan.
Oh, it's my vodka.
Yes. Effin. You know, it's a little embarrassing.
Get that Effin vodka.
I'll have some of the Effin vodka. Effin Vodka was the first company to come out with a cucumber-flavored vodka, which was a big hit because you could almost drink it straight, and it makes a great flavored martini. It sort of duplicates what Hendrick's Gin did. Hendrick's Gin came out with Hendrick's Gin is a cucumber-tinged gin. Now that gin and vodka, they're all coming out with different flavors, so it's kind of a weird combination.
You know what Shakespeare said?
About vodka?
No, when he's talking about people who do things who talk about doing things instead of doing them. He said, big talkers are ne'er-doers. Let's quit talking and let's start tasting.
You're going to do something? Which one we start with? Stoli?
Yeah, let's start with
we'll start with Stoli. We have our chilled glasses. These vodkas were kind of chilled. And here we go.
Honor, sir. It's got a very clean, clinical taste.
Yes.
Aroma to
Russian vodka. You want to put this on the side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put it on the chair part. It's going to slide off. Oh.
All right. Down the hatch.
As with single malt scotches and other beverages like wine, I think a good snort before you taste it really helps. Except maybe with vodka, which could actually kill your taste buds.
Well,
so you wave it under, get it.
okay, that's the Stoli I know and love.
You know,
takes me back to the womb.
Do you remember, because your mother kept drinking Stoli?
Yes.
Absolute vodka had become one of the standards, and I think Absolute vodka has that clinical antiseptic taste, sort of like this, but I think this is smoother and quieter, and it doesn't kill all your taste buds. It is a very smooth vodka.
It is.
I think.
Well, let's move up.
Mm.
Now what do you suggest?
You also have to remember that this is a critical exposition and not merely, you want to do, meaning you just want to sit here and just drink vodkas, and we have to tell people something about them.
I know
Bernie in the back
you would just as soon talk as drink. I know, Michael.
Talking is a pleasurable activity for me. Let's go to the Effin. Should we do Effin?
I haven't had any of that since...
Effin is since you killed your last bottle last month, right?
I've only had that once. I had one bottle of that, and I enjoyed it.
This is a wheat. It says it's made from wheat grain and perfect water. A lot of the flavors of the vodka comes from the water from the area that it's in.
It's true.
And most of the grain or whatever the base is usually distilled out by the time you get it. You know,
some vodkas are distilled more times than other vodkas, too.
And it doesn't matter.
I think it does.
It does.
I think it does.
Here, I'll just move this aside here. Okay. Here's for an effing good time.
That's got a different...
It approaches your tongue faster. Reading the criticism of it, tell me if you can sense this. It's got a vinyl finish.
I think it's got a lesser bouquet than the Stoli.
Which could mean it's smoother.
Well, you were talking about water, Michael, and how it affects the vodka that's used. If they made the vodka in Las Cruces, it would taste like chlorine and fluoride.
And smoke now.
Yes. Okay.
But wait.
Which do
you
prefer?
Taste vinyl at the end? You know, I was always thinking because it's covered in a vinyl thing. Which do I prefer?
No, but I could listen to vinyl records all day and drink that.
Well, I think Stoli has more flavor.
I like the way this finishes better. It doesn't get caught in my throat.
You know, when I read that it had a vinyl finish, you can taste some of the vinyl, but that vinyl is a very flavorful, slightly floral.
Are you sure they said vinyl finish or vinyl fetish, Michael?
You have a vinyl fetish. I have a leather fetish, so that's more, Scotch-like. Should we jump into Ciroc?
Yeah, let's do that.
Ciroc is pretty much...
not a grain alcohol.
No, this is made with grapes from France. And I think you've seen advertisements for this. There's you can make vodka out of virtually anything. There's a vodka made out of acai berry called Vive, which you can get at Specs.
I drink acai.
Yes, but
Puree.
you don't drink acai vodka.
I haven't yet.
There's also a soy vodka.
Soy,
and that's called 3. I don't know why it's called 3. But
3 beans per...
3 beans per shot.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd think soy vodka, it's healthy for people who are lactose intolerant. I'll just put this aside here. Okay, this is, I'm going to guess.
Okay, this is a bit...
Wow, it is floral.
More fragrant, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
It tastes like what smells like a boutonniere.
Much more floral flavor.
Wow. So
That's
a lot
nice.
of flavor right in front, and it's not caustic or acidic or alcohol-y.
This is my favorite so far.
It's going to be your favorite until we get to level. I think, actually, the reason I have Kroll and Black Sea here is in previous tastings, they tended to surprise us. And I can't remember why, but they were amazingly good. The whole idea is to taste these things, back to back. For those of you who are sitting there just drinking one vodka, don't kid yourself. Have a couple of them.
Yeah, but we're just having, thimble tastes. But I like that a lot. I'd buy that.
Let's give me the Primo, because that too is a.
Orale Primo.
Because that is a grape-based vodka.
And a grape one as well.
Oh,
are you sure?
yeah, it's grape.
What kind of grape?
It's made from Malbec grapes. Malbec is
usually
a red wine, but once you distill stuff,
you take all
the color out. Also, if you don't mix it with the skins, you don't get as much color.
Now, what's the difference between using grapes in wine or vodka?
Anything that makes alcohol is fair game.
How is the process different?
The process is once you start to ferment it, it turns into alcohol. And all you're talking about with vodka is turning into alcohol, adding water to equalize the amount of proof you have, and then that's where the flavor comes from.
And then distilling it down further.
You know, vodka, I believe, means water in Russia.
Mm. Well, that's how they make gin, too.
And it is water. It's the water of life.
Okay. Different flavor?
Wow. Oh.
You almost grimaced.
Muddier. Yeah, I did grimace. It's not as floral. It hits you in the bottom, and it's more earthy feeling, like a wine. Okay, we're going to have to shoot through here.
Okay. I can appreciate that.
It tastes muddy. What do you say, Black Sea?
All right.
This is from Estonia.
Again?
No, I talked about it before.
Oh. Estonia.
Estonia.
Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe, between Lithuania and Latvia, or around Lithuania and Latvia. Most Eastern countries distill stuff.
They like their vodkas there.
Oh man, I took too much. Oh no!
Darn your luck.
Oh no!
Okay.
This is a totally different genre because it's not Poland, it's not Russia. But if you remember,
but it's a neighbor.
If you remember your history, most of those boundaries are not set in line until we got to be big governments.
Yeah, it used to be Russian territory for all of it, really. Okay.
It's got a little flavor.
A little stronger taste that time, but it's got a strong finish to it.
Yeah, you could taste. It's not as burning as the Stoli. It's a soft feel. Gives you a round taste in your mouth.
I prefer all these to the Stoli.
So far.
And I thought I was a Stoli nut, but I'm not anymore.
Let's do one more. Let's do the Ultimate.
Okay.
Because it says it's Ultimate. This is.
Where do you get that? At the Automat?
Yeah, the Ultimate at the Ultimate. This is an incredibly heavy bottle.
Has that ever been opened?
Yes. And it's made. There's a grain. There's an interesting thing about this. It's grain and some potatoes. So, and also the lip is kind of big here. So.
Now we haven't mentioned
this one.
We haven't mentioned prices on any of these, have we?
Yeah, this is probably the most expensive, I guess.
Now, where's that made?
This is made in. I thought it was Poland, but I think it's Poland. Most of these are all 80 proof so far.
I like that. Sorry, we don't have any Grey Goose, Michael. Why not? Everybody loves their Grey Goose.
Grey Goose is kind of the standard, and I let people know that Grey Goose is not the end-all and be-all of vodkas. In fact,
that's true.
I've convinced many people to get Level vodka rather than Grey Goose. Comes out much better. We'll do Level vodka on the next show. How's that?
Why wait?
Okay. That has a little bit of the antiseptic taste, but it's much smoother and rounder. I think that's what the potato does. It smooths it off. I believe Level is exactly what it says. A level of flavor. This is a great martini vodka.
Take a Level glass full. Now, gin is basically vodka with flavorings in it, right?
Yeah, it's just distilled, and you put juniper.
Juniper berries and
other things. Tanqueray says 40 different ingredients.
Okay, the last one.
Level Vodka is the high-end Absolute.
Really? Same
Yes.
company?
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay. That's a good vodka?
This has a lot of flavor that sort of equally surrounds your tongue, unlike Ciroc, which hits you and sort of bubbles up in sort of a floral thing on your tongue. Well,
it's tasty, enjoyable. And,
I think we worked towards a nice end. I like Level. And one of the things I think about drinking vodkas linearly, like serial monogamy, is you have to compare them to the one right after each other. And it changes. Because I've done a number of tastings, and when you change the order, you are surprised by different things. So we'll have to do this in another order at another time.
Maybe at your house later.
Sure, but right now we're going to go back to the studio. Studio 1.
And we're going to comment on what we've just done, right?
Yes, see you there.